okay? For real, the art of getting robbed. This is how we do Brooklyn style.
Yo, what's up, world? It's your boy Falochko here. You know that American dude with the incredible mood, reporting live right here in Yekaterinburg, Russia, about to give you guys a very important lesson today. That's right, this lesson is going to be very important. This lesson is for people hoping to come to America one day. People who want to hang out in America, walk around New York City, see the sights, have a lot of fun and all this stuff. Sure, that's fine. I'm not trying to say America is a dangerous place, but I do have to tell you that a lot of places in America can be pretty dangerous because, as most of you know, there are a lot of guns in America. A lot of real guns in America, and a lot of people know this, and it's not like a big secret, okay? For myself, I grew up in New York City, and when I was growing up in the 80s and the 90s, it was very dangerous where I lived. It was very, very dangerous where I lived, and I've seen people shoot guns. I've never seen somebody get shot, but I've seen people shoot before at my own house, at my own uncle. I've seen people get stabbed, and I've even been stabbed twice in my arm. So it's kind of dangerous growing up. Back in my day, it was kind of dangerous, but now it's generally safer than it's been in New York in a long time. And I think the rest of America too. Right now, it is safer than it's been in a really long time in America because the crime rate is going down and has been decreasing for a long time, so it's not as bad as it used to be. But even with that, people still need to learn how to protect themselves and how to avoid getting robbed. Now, this may be a sensitive topic. This may kind of scare people somehow. I hope not. But I'm going to even show an example as I speak of a person getting robbed around other people.
It's about to go down. We're gonna do it right here too. Right here. I'm gonna show y'all how easy it is. In the fucking crowd, I'm gonna do this shit.
Now, the first thing you need to know is that usually when people get robbed and there's other people around, before the actual robbery takes place, the person has to bring you in. And that's called basically bringing you in. You have to be brought in.
To do an interview with you for a little minute. We're doing a little show. Come on, camera.
Okay, so that's basically sucking you in. So the first thing you have to avoid is being sucked in. Now, how do you avoid being sucked in, which will probably lead to you being robbed? Well, that's what this video is going to be all about. Avoiding that being sucked in, because no matter how many people are around, usually it is still possible to get robbed.
We're doing this little documentary called I Just Got Robbed on 42nd Street. So let me get your chain. If you got any money in your pocket, let me get it. Just be cool. Don't act like nothing. Cell phone.
Yeah, I got a little bit.
Cell phone.
What'd you say? What's?
Yeah.
As you just saw in that clip, he was in the middle of Times Square and he got robbed in the middle of Times Square. Sure, it wasn't that crowded. It wasn't at the afternoon time, but there's still people around. There were cars and everything. That young man, honestly and obviously, had no idea what he was doing. He didn't know what he was doing. That's how he got robbed in such a silly way, and it was really embarrassing. But I'm going to teach you guys how to avoid these situations at all costs. Now, first things I want to go over are the top 3 ways, or the 3 ways I know most common that people try to suck you in to the situation to rob you. Now, what is one quote they use a lot? Well, one quote they use a lot is, "Can I talk to you real quick? Yo, can I talk to you real quick?" Like maybe you're walking by, you're someplace where there's not too many people, they're like in the corner, "Hey, can I talk to you real quick?" And then as you go over there, "Give me your money." They show a gun or something like that. Now, when someone's saying, "Can I talk to you real quick?" just like in the clip we saw, when they're trying to suck you in with that line, you should definitely pay attention to how they're looking around. When someone's using this quote or any other quote that may seem suspicious, you have to pay attention to their head movement, because 99% of the time, when someone's trying to suck you in to rob you, they have to check at that moment how many people are around. So, "Hey, can I talk to you real quick, really quick?" And if you see them doing that, I'm going to teach you what to do. But if you hear, "Can I talk to you real quick?" and you see them looking around, I'm going to tell you what to do. That's the first one. "Can I talk to you real quick?" The second one that's very common is, "Oh man, this one was like, I don't know, like maybe 10 years ago, every criminal in all of New York City knew this one. And it's, you got $1? Because what happens with this one? This one is so intelligent of them. What happens with this one is some people try to be very nice, but you shouldn't be nice to a person that you don't really know or may seem a little suspicious. So what happens is the guy will say, hey, you got $1. And what would happen is the person would go in their pocket, take out their money, and then get robbed. I know it's not funny, but it's just some people just fall for that even to this day. It's like, hey, you got $1? Oh, well, I have a bunch of hundreds here, and give me your money. Then you lose your money. So when someone asks, you got $1? I'm going to teach you what to do, but that's one of the phrases they use when they are trying to rob you, okay? So we learned to already. Remember, these are at random. These are people you don't know. Can I talk to you real quick? Or you got $1? Those two, very suspicious. Now the third one. The third one is the most clever one of them all. The third one is what a person would do. It's not necessarily too much about what they say. It's what they do. They'll be like, hey, you dropped this. So they will either be holding a wallet or maybe $10 or $20 in a hand, like, hey, you dropped this. And they'll be walking towards you, like, hey, you dropped this. Or they'll be standing somewhere like, hey, I think you dropped this. And they want you to go very close to them. And the reason why they want you close to them, just like in the other two examples I gave you, is because there may be some people around. Maybe people in the windows over here. There may be some people around, so they need you really close so they can rob you up close in person, so everyone around you won't know you're being robbed. So if you're walking somewhere, you see someone like, hey, is this your wallet? And they're walking towards you or something. If you know what your wallet looks like, don't fall for it. If someone's like, hey, I think you dropped this $1, you shouldn't have it. When you're in America, do not leave your money in your pocket. Put it in your wallet. Because your wallet is thick, you can feel it in your pocket. If it's not there, you can feel it, okay? You should have your money in a wallet. It's very important. What is a wallet? This thing. You should have your money in a wallet, okay? Your cards and all that in a wallet. You can even get a wallet with a chain on it so it's attached to your pants. There's a lot of ways to not lose your wallet. But if you hear that, do not approach the person. They are probably trying to rob you. Sure, there's a chance that you actually drop money, but I highly doubt if you drop $10 or $20, someone will say, hey, here's your money in New York City. I really don't think so, okay? So those are 3 ways people try to suck you in to get you into the situation to rob you when there's other people around. Now, here's how you can avoid being sucked in. I'm gonna give you the ways to avoid being sucked in. Now, the first thing you should do is not even something you have to say. You don't have to say anything. The first and best thing you should do when you think someone's trying to suck you in to rob you is put your hands up and say something at a sort of loud tone. So for example, if I'm walking somewhere and someone's like, can I talk to you real quick? I'm late for work, I don't have time for this. And just put your hands in the air doing this and just kind of, you don't have to scream, I'm late for work. You don't have to scream that loud. You just have to speak louder than normal. So this person trying to rob you will believe you're too loud and people may start looking in your direction. And putting your hands up, what does that do? Well, when we put our hands up, it naturally grabs other people's eye who are around you. So I guarantee you, if you walk somewhere in the street and there's people around, you wave your hand like this, some people will look at you. It's natural, especially because the palm is usually, well, at least on me, the palm, which is this is your palm, is usually lighter than the skin, especially on us black people. But when you put your hands up and you do any sort of waving motion, it grabs attention from the eye automatically. The higher it goes, it's like, what's going on? You may think someone's trying to call you. You may think someone's trying to give you a high five, who knows? But it does grab attention. So one of the first things you should do, trust me on this, one of the first things you should do is the patented, you can say whatever you want. You can say, I don't speak English. That's probably that's the best thing for you to say when you think someone's trying to suck you in. No English, and hands up. Now, this may seem silly, and it may seem like, oh, Faloshko, why do we have to do all that? Trust me, one thing you should know about yourself, you should start trusting your feelings, especially when it's with a person you don't know. The worst case scenario is you look a little silly, but you still have your money. That's the worst case scenario, is that you look silly, but you still have your money, okay? Now, everything I spoke about in this video only refers to when you're somewhere where there may be other people around. Now, I don't mean like it's crowded, everyone's next to you, that's different. But I mean, there may be some people 10 feet over there or 20 feet this way. And if you said, hey, they can hear you. You understand? So you basically want to do these things, the hands up and saying something and walking to avoid the sucking when there's other people around. Now, there's another thing you want to do. There's another thing you want to do before we go. A lot of people who rob you, especially when there's other people around, and they may have a gun or a knife, but they don't want to hurt you. They want to scare you. They want to intimidate you. They want to frighten you into giving them your money. So if they do have a gun, there's other people around, odds are they don't want to shoot you. The gun is way too loud. So what I advise you to do is if you feel someone's trying to rob you or someone's trying to show you a weapon or you think like they're going in their pocket, like not coming after you, but sometimes people will say something and they'll point down or they'll try to put attention towards a gun or something. Don't look at it. Remember, this is only for when other people are around. You don't look at it. You pretend like you don't see it and, oh, no English. I got to do this and that, blah, 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 and just walk. Now, let me explain why this only works when there's some other people around. Because if you do this when there's nobody else around, you're in some dark alley, you're in some bad neighborhood and there's no one around but homeless people and drug dealers, none of that's going to work. Because the homeless people and drug dealers are not going to care. If you get shot, they're not going to care. You understand? This only works for when you're around people who may see or hear your voice if you speak loudly in a generally not really extremely dangerous environment, okay? So that's basically it, people. I taught you all three, the three most common ones. Can I talk to you real quick? You got $1, and hey, this yours, you dropped this? No, don't fall for it, because soon you two get close and start talking, you'll look like buddies and people won't think you're getting robbed. That is the trick they use, okay? So, that's the end of the episode for today. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned new stuff. Be sure to add me, vk.com/Velusco. That's me, and subscribe to my YouTube page to see all my videos. And of course, I'm on Instagram at Velusco, or no, #Velusco? I don't know, I'm old, I'm 28, I don't know this stuff. And that's really it, people. I hope you learned a lot from this episode, and I'll definitely come out with more survival phrases. I know this one kind of focus more on things you hear rather than things you say. But hey, I'll make a part 4 and hopefully you guys like it. And I'm out. You know what the guy says at the end of all of my videos.